Every morning there's a war between who you are and who you said you would become. You've made promises and you've broken them. You said you would change, but comfort always won. Before you can change your physique, you have to face the part of you that doesn't want to change, your mind. That story is done. No more lies, excuses, insecurity, self-destruction, pleasing, playing small. No more hiding who you are. You walk free from the prison you build in your own mind. This is where the old version of you dies and the real one begins to rise. Fix your mindset, fix your physique, fix your life. If you fix your mindset, you will fix your physique. After investing over 25k in education, I transformed myself from a skinny guy into a real man and helped 500 plus clients do the same, mentally and physically. And now I'm going to show you the 3 most important steps to fix your mindset. Before I get started, did you know only 1% of people have an impressive physique? So what do they have that you don't? It's not money, it's not time, it's not even genetics, it's self-trust. The unshakable belief that no matter what happens, they will show up, they will do the work, and they will not fold when it gets hard. And self-trust is a weapon. It's stronger than fear, stronger than anxiety, stronger than motivation, because motivation comes and goes. But trust, that's earned. And most people don't have it because they break every promise they make to themselves. And they say they will stop Monday, and they don't. And they say, oh, just one more scroll, and they lie. And here's the brutal truth. If you can't trust yourself, then why should anyone else? Your partner feels it, your friends see it, your family senses it, because deep down they know you're choosing comfort over commitment, distraction over discipline, and short-term pleasure over long-term purpose. You want your environment to reflect something different. If anyone could do it, it's gotta be you. Because you need to become the person who does what you say you're going to do. And here's the good news. Self-trust isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. Brick by brick, promise by promise, and rep by rep. And that's how leaders are made, that's how bodies are built, and that's how confidence is earned. So how do we build self-trust? Step 1, cut the crap. Be radically honest with yourself. Stop saying you're trying. Either you want it or you don't. So, step 2. Do what you said you would do every single day. You said you would go to the gym 4 times a week, then show up 4 times a week. You want to wake up early, then go to bed early. And that's how you stack wins. And that's how you build a body and a brain you can rely on. And here's the truth. People only love what they're good at, and you only get good if you stay consistent and do it over and over and over. So you don't need more motivation, you need to become someone you refuse to disappoint. So we talked about self-trust, and the second thing you need is systems. But before you can set up systems, you need to understand your own brain. Let me break it down for you. You have one brain and 3 parts, and that's survival, emotion, and strategy. And the first one is the reptilian brain, and that's right here. And the reptilian brain, also called the dinosaur brain, is made for pure survival. It just wants to eat, sleep, and repeat. It's the one that craves dopamine and hates discomfort. So if you keep skipping workouts or smashing snacks late at night, this is why. Your reptilian brain is running the show. Then the second one is the limbic system, or the limbic brain, and that's located right here. And that one is all about emotions. And this limbic brain is always seeking pleasure. And it wants short-term relief over long-term payoff. So something like FOMO, fear of missing out, or fear in general. And this is where you feel comparison and anxiety. This is where they live. And this is the voice that says, oh, just take a rest day, or just order a pizza. Yeah. And then the third one is the neocortex. So that one is the big one on top. and that one is for rational thinking. And that one makes sure that you can think logically and do planning and do long-term decision making. So this is where these systems live. So this is the part of your brain that creates the person you want to become. So here's the catch. If you let your reptilian brain or your limbic system run your life, you will stay stuck in short-term comfort and emotional chaos. But the moment you switch to your neocortex, you stop reacting and you start leading. And this is where the systems come in place. Systems are how your neocortex takes back control. They remove emotion from decision making, they kill excuses, and they give your future self the steering wheel. Because your results don't come from how you feel, they come from what you repeat. And what you repeat is controlled by your system. So no systems, no control. No control, no progress. No progress, standing still. And standing still is falling behind. But here's something most people overlook. Your neocortex performs at its highest level when you take care of your body first. Quality sleep sharpens your focus. Clean nutrition fuels better decisions. Daily movement unlocks your clarity and mental stamina. And stillness creates space for strategy. And your highest self isn't built on hype, it's built on habits that supports brain performance. So take care of your body so your brain can take care of your future. Now that you understand self-trust and systems, the third piece is this. You're living in your own hallucination. And let me hit you with a truth that most people never consider. You don't experience the world as it is, you experience it as you are. Everything you see, smell, hear, feel, react to, it all runs through the lens of your past. Your nervous system doesn't see reality, it sees a filtered version of reality, built on trauma, memory, repetition and environment. So let me make it simple. If you got attacked by a cat when you were 6, you always look at a cat differently than I do, because my only memories are soft, foreign, playful moments. Same animal, different response. And why? Because you're not reacting to what's in front of you, you're reacting to what's still inside of you. And here's where the most people mess up. They live their whole life inside that hallucination and they never update it. They don't question it, they just react on autopilot, on survival mode. And your environment reinforces your hallucination. So let me break that down. Your environment isn't neutral. It fuels the way you see the world. It backs up your excuses and keeps you stuck in where you are right now, whether that's strong or weak. So think about it. The car you drive, the gym you train in, the people around you, the music you listen to, the conversations you have, the food you eat, the neighborhood you live in, everything shapes you. And every choice you make feeds either your current level or the next one. And that's why I ride a Harley and not a compact car. That's why I train at the best gym in Koh Samui, Legacy Muscle Universe, even if it costs more money. Because that gym is filled with killers and not just some excuse makers. It forces me to show up sharper and it basically raises my baseline. Not because I'm chasing some luxury, but because I'm creating frequency, and frequency is identity. And it's all energy, and energy has levels. What we're talking about is vibrational state, the energy that you carry and the state you operate in. And yes, that's scientific. Your body, your brain, your emotions, they all vibrate on specific frequencies. Let me break it down for you again. So the first one is called low frequency, and that's basically survival mode. And that's where you feel shame and guilt and apathy and fear and desire and anger. And this is where you feel stuck, reactive, addicted, scared. And this is where the most people live their entire lives. And then they start scrolling and complaining and quitting and blaming and all of that stuff. So let's go to the second one. And that's the neutral frequency, and that's where you feel the power shift. And that's where you feel the courage and neutrality and the willingness and the acceptance. And you stop judging here. And this is where you start to rise. You stop blaming and you start acting. And you start taking responsibility and you create movement. And then the third one is high frequency, and that's where you feel and get in the performance mode. And here you feel reason and love and joy and peace. And this is where your vision sharpens and your your thoughts are very clear and you don't seek any validation. You actually give it to people. So you give compliments to people and you lead and you execute and you grow. And that's the high frequency. If your environment keeps you in a low state, it gets harder to think straight, or lead well, or stay consistent in training. So, change it. Start small, look at what's around you, cut the noise and choose better inputs. Protect your energy. Seriously, it matters more than you think. And you don't need to push harder, you just need to raise your standard. And it starts with the space you live in, the people you're with, and what you let in. So now you've learned the foundation behind long-term success. Second, master your brain before it masters you. And third, your frequency is just a reflection of your environment. And don't forget, knowledge is true power, but useless without relentless execution. So if you need help turning all of this theory into a clear and practical plan tailored to your life, just drop me a message on Instagram. And if you want to learn my story and how I became the man I am today, then check out the video below in the description, how I escaped the army. It's been a pleasure, guys. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.